Fans React. I'm Sean Middleton, and today, after the 1-0 victory last Sunday against Norwich, and then the 2-1 defeat as home to Sheffield United, the referee cost us that night. The attention turns to Luton Town, who are in 4th in the table. Hasn't been a very good game, to be fair. I think the first half, no chances whatsoever, nothing to talk about really. But Luton took the lead, and Sunderland have managed to get a penalty. I managed to see it as I was coming out. Diallo went down, I think it was the right call, and Diallo put it away. It's ended Sunderland 1, Luton Town 1. So not a bad result really, but not much to talk about. It'll be interesting to see what the fans say about this with 8 games to go. Would you please like, share and subscribe to our channel? That very much appreciated. Stay safe, enjoy your night, and bye for now. SFC Fans React now with, what's your name, Paul?
Sean.
Scott.
Jacqueline.
You've come from?
We're from Brisbane,
Yeah.
Australia, and Scotty lives in Sydney, Australia.
So you live there and you've come across to watch
Just for this
the
game,
famous
or two
Sunderland.
games?
We were here on Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and then today. And well, I emigrated 40 years ago over there, and came back,
Yeah,
tried to get over whenever we can.
yeah.
And,
It's a long journey, like that is a long
It
journey.
is, and I thought I wasn't going to see them get anything out of these 2 games, and I tell you, it's been frustrating.
Yeah. It does,
but
doesn't it?
It is, but the way they play, the kids play, but the kids.
Yeah,
And they're, it's one extra thing. We try one extra bit, and it's, the final product just disappears and it doesn't happen.
it's experience, isn't it? We're lacking experience in a
Give
big
them
way.
another 2 years and
Yeah.
that, but we just need a couple of older heads in there. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way of saying it.
yeah, but it's wise words. What do you make of the game, Paul, today?
Oh, I love the game. A step above the A-League that we're used to watching in Australia, but that's okay. It was great. Great atmosphere. Love the crowd. Love the chanting, the singing, the support the team gets.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Like Sean said, just lacking that little bit just yet,
Yeah.
but they're on the way up.
Yeah.
You think you're optimistic? You're staying optimistic.
Oh yeah.
We're 12th at the moment. I'll try and narrow it down. We are 16 points, I think, from the relegation, but we're 8 points from the playoffs. So we're sort of in that mid-table, position.
That's all we wanted.
First
at the
season
beginning
back.
of the season.
First season back.
It would have been mad making it through.
Yeah.
And getting into the playoffs, yes, it'd be good, but to go up, we just haven't got the money at the minute, and that's the thing.
Do you think that's what it is? Them lacking the money? We've
Well-
got a billionaire, Kirill Louis
Yeah.
Dreyfus. He's a billionaire.
He would have to, he's got friends and they could come in, but I think another year in the league,
Yeah, in the
and
championship.
in the championship, and keeping us.
Our fans are
going.
very impatient, myself included.
Oh no, I'm there. Listen, I'm up at 1 a.m. watching games, every games, and then Sunday watching your podcast and watching the other lads' podcasts.
Yeah.
It's just 24/7, So it's been mad, and I thought I'd come and see you. And have some and get that one opportunity to say hello to you.
Ah, that's
And,
nice.
You have good, very good,
Yeah.
very good.
Thanks for that. Thanks.
Thank you.
What do you make of the game, love? I know you've.
Oh, hey, it was a football game.
What do you make of
It
it?
was, it was a football game.
Yeah.
Hey, happy days.
Happy days. So keep it short and sweet.
I'm just happy to
Anyway,
be
what
here.
was your favourite moment in the game?
Oh, how well the penalty.
The penalty. Good, well taken penalty.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the other 12 missed shots.
I must have missed them.
Yeah. Listen, for me, the teams come here, slow it down,
Yeah.
and just get it frustrated. And it's seeing the referees give us nothing,
Yeah.
and it seems to be happening week in, week out.
What does Mr. Speakman and Stuart Harvey, the recruitment team, what are them got to do in the summer? To get it? I mean,
Give the
we
ball.
haven't been far away this year.
Not
Let's be
far
honest, we've
away,
mixed it with the teams.
but they had
We've just dropped off a little bit.
Well, they had a couple of great chances where a clinical striker would have put them away, I reckon.
And
So you think Geldart's not the answer? Do you think he's?
I liked the guy, but I mean, he didn't have a great game today.
He looks to me as if he's playing slow motion.
he's got that. He tries to back into him and get the turn,
No, I
and
see.
it doesn't happen, man.
Aye.
He's got to get the ball at his feet,
Yeah.
and we too many little flicks happening between them.
Yeah.
And it comes off. It's great, but it doesn't come off every time.
It's hard. I think Ross Stewart's. He's got big shoes to fill with Ross Stewart.
Sign him. Get them to get that extension in.
Yeah.
Stop faffing around with it.
Apparently it's as close as it's ever been.
Yeah.
So we've just got to pray to God that it working there.
How long?
I know.
How long? How frustrating is it?
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is. It is. It's very. It's
Yeah.
when it,
All
when it,
those young
happens-
kids want to do the tricks, don't they?
Yeah, they do. The young kids want to do tricks.
Yeah.
They all
And that's what
want
it's
to do
about.
it.
overall, you've enjoyed your last couple of games.
I have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
fantastic.
It's been
Yeah.
Fantastic.
good to
Yeah,
get
really
back
good.
into
It's good to see
I've lost
some-
my voice again. So, yeah, it's great.
Right, star performer for Sunderland.
Oh, jeez. Listen, Ballard, He
solid.
gets
He was
involved.
solid.
Yeah.
He was solid.
And 09,
1-9.
I love him.
Good shout.
Love 09. I reckon he's great because he just looks to me he's playing 100% the whole time, always trying. Ballard I thought was really good.
Yeah.
Two centre backs were really
Danny Batten, Ballard is solid.
really
on that.
good, really solid.
Solid.
But I'm a little fella, so I don't like picking on little fellas. But they look small compared to Luton's players.
Do you think we're lacking physicality? Because they're a big
I-
side
I-
physical team.
it wouldn't hurt to have
Really
another
tall
big
boys.
enforcer in the middle there because some of those young guys are really good, but
We need
they
a
look
quality midfield on in the
they look
summer.
a bit intimidated on
Yeah.
a few times. But you know,
And
Star
another
performer
striker.
for Sunderland.
I'm not that keen. Don't know their names.
that's code for I don't know.
Thank you very much.
I know, but
Good
that's
time.
thanks
Love
for
your
taking
show,
your time. It
and
was
it's great.
brilliant.
Morning, lads. Olympic. I follow you anywhere. At the boys. We are the Sunderland boys. We ain't the mugs and the bar, of course. It's the only trip on. The Sunderland boys are in town.
But the game.
What about the game? Fucking. Well, we've done our bit, but it is what it is now. We're missing Roscoe. We're missing
Massive,
Roscoe.
massively, aye.
Massive miss.
What do you think, Tony Mowbray?
Tony Mowbray, he's much better than that fucking Diallo from Stoke. That's all I say. He's much better than that from Stoke.
That's it.
Yeah. Is that on YouTube?
Cheers, pal. Let's just say fans react now. What's your name, mate?
Daniel.
Daniel, hold the mic there. What's your name, pal?
Ron.
Ron, are you happy with the point this afternoon? Sunderland 1, Luton 1, first of all.
I'd have been happy if he'd won it.
Yeah.
I thought some of the decisions made by the referee were questionable, to
Yeah.
say the least.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got these players, who just throw themselves down.
You think Luton claimed the...
I think Luton claimed a point when they should have done because when they took the free kick,
Yeah,
the actual kick was further out of the box.
didn't take it in the right place.
And they brought it in, and it was wrong.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but it wasn't much in the game, was there? I mean, was Patterson at fault for the goal? I mean, I haven't seen it back yet. Do you think he was at fault for the goal?
Possibly, plus the defenders, I would say.
Do you think the defenders more
I mean,
put to blame than Patterson, yeah?
It went straight through.
What do you think?
I don't think Luton should have. We should have won. Like the referee was. Can't even describe how bad he was. He was shocking. Could have had a penalty. We don't know if it was handball, but I just.
Well, there was 2 calls for handball, weren't there?
Yeah, I think there was a couple of calls for handball, but I don't think there were penalties. But I'm not, like I say, I haven't seen them back. But I think we seem to be talking about the referees quite a lot lately, don't we?
Yeah.
They haven't been great lately. But look, they scored and we've done well to come back in the game, haven't we?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have thought that we were going the last sort of 5 minutes. We're going to nip
We
it.
might have gotten a winner.
Yeah.
I mean, I come outside, but I did say that. Obviously, let's go to the penalty. Did you think it was penalty first of all? Did you think it was a penalty for Sunderland?
From where we are, right in the bottom west, I couldn't see. I seen him go down.
Yeah.
I couldn't see any contact.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
from where we are.
Do you think it was a penalty?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it.
You couldn't see it. It was too far away.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I've watched it back. Michael Bowers, this is what shows the clip there, and it looks a bit harsh, but then, I've seen them giving as well. It's just one of them, isn't it? And thankfully, it's went our way.
Well,
Yeah.
the lad next to me was saying it was the linesman who shouted for it.
Aye,
The
that's
referee
correct.
didn't see it.
The referee didn't give it, and then because I was watching it on the screen, I was just coming out, and then the referee didn't get. Then the linesman must have been seeing it's a penalty,
Yeah.
so there was a linesman will give it. Thankfully,
Yeah.
referee missed it. I don't know how if he was like but
Linesman's up there as well, so linesman's up there. They were just waiting for the referee to flag it. So,
Yeah.
On a few occasions, the referee was making the decisions for him.
yeah,
He was putting the flag up.
yeah,
quite
I
often.
mean, the standard
yeah.
is not as good as I was expecting the championship.
From League One coming to the Championship, you expected to
Yeah.
get better, and it seems to be the referees just followed us into this league, doesn't it? It
right.
seems to be.
Thought
But
to get paid.
looking at the tables, I think we're on. Could be wrong. 50. Is it on 153? I think.
Yeah,
But,
11th.
yeah, but 8 points from the top 6, but we're 16 points from the bottom 3. So it looks like it's going to be a mid-table finish. Are you happy with that?
I'll be happy with that.
I
As
said
long,
at the
as long as
beginning.
we didn't get relegated this season.
Do you think that was the objective, not staying up? You think nothing
Yeah.
that's a little bit negative though?
Well, I thought at the beginning of the season we'd hopefully be either 7th or 10th.
Yeah,
Sort of good foundation.
yeah,
Considering the amount of seasons we've
Stopped in
really
League One, yeah.
won. And now he has to build on that.
So do you think it's promising times looking like get it right next season? Do you think?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Had a bit of experience in there, bit of experience. And do you
That's
think
what you
Mowbray,
need.
Tony Mowbray is the guy to get us in that top 6?
Of course he is.
Yep.
Oh,
You're on
I'll
agreement?
behind him,
Got
yeah.
faith in him.
Yeah, you really like him?
He brings on the young players as well, but you still need the maturity in there.
Has he got the tactical news, do you think? Do you think he's up there, tactical in tight games?
I reckon so.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he can do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope he can.
Yeah. I'm not convinced, I'm not convinced, but I think the Sunderland fans are sick of me going about managers, and I'm sick of talking about managers, to be fair. Let's hope we can get it right next year.
that's
Star
right.
performer today for Sunderland.
When Ahmad came on, I would say him.
Ahmed?
Difficult one altogether because he brought on 5 substitutions.
4 in the 70th minute.
Yeah,
He used them all.
It changed them. It
Changed the game. He went 3 at the back, didn't he? Changed the system.
Pritchard on.
Yeah. I think he went 3-5. I think it was 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, something along them lines.
Man of the match? Oh, hard to tell. I'm always I like Ballard.
Ballard, aye. Solid, isn't he? Just
Definitely.
quick one for Dave. I don't get managers sacked. I just want what's best for the football club, Dave. There's people saying that I got Lee Johnson sacked. Jesus Christ. I've never heard something so ridiculous in my life.
I think he did that himself.
Right, cheers, lads. Safe
thank
journey home, lads. All right. Thanks for taking the time out. How well, lads? Keep the faith. Fraser's on SFC Fans React. Fraser, are you happy with that point today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why are you happy?
Because when the game, it started off slow and then it started to speed up and then Ahmad scored a penalty.
Do you think Ahmad was the changer when he come on? Do you think he played well?
Yeah.
Do you think it was a penalty, Fraser?
Yeah.
Yeah. Referees haven't been very good to Sunderland lately, have they?
No.
Been very, like, midweek. Did you come midweek?
Yeah.
And the referees have been poor this season, but are you optimistic? Do you think we can still finish in the playoffs?
Yeah.
You think we can?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what do you think of Tony Mowbray? Do you like Tony Mowbray?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now you like him?
Yeah.
Best player on the pitch do you for Sunderland?
Ahmad.
Ahmed Diallo?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, cheers for your time, mate. All right? Michael Bowers, Sunderland 1, Luton 1. Are you happy with the point, first of all?
In the circumstances, yes. I think I kind of struggle. I'm in 2 minds about this game because on the one hand, I'm thinking, this is probably me, the ignorant part of me thinking it's Luton Town and therefore we should be competing with them at home.
That's why I'm like a bit.
But at the same time, you have to respect where they are. They've got the 3rd best away record in the league. Only Burnley and Sheffield United, I think.
Well, you're 5th.
I think Sheffield United's matched that record, and Burnley's the only one that's topped it. I think.
Yeah.
And they won at Sheffield United, as you said, a week ago. So they are not a bad team.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were particularly great today, man. I don't think either team. I didn't think Sheffield United were that great on Wednesday, to be honest. But at the end of the day, we managed to get something out of it. When, as you said in another interview, it looked like it wasn't going to be our day. And I've just seen the penalty back, and there's a lot of people on Twitter saying it's not a penalty.
Yeah.
For me, it looked like one, only because I think Ahmad...
Talk us through it then, because...
I'll show you it, hang on.
I seen it quickly back on the screen, but I had to come out and...
I'll see what you think first, because... But anyway, even if it wasn't a penalty, if people agree it wasn't a penalty, then about time we get something going our way.
There's the pass there. Looks like he grabbed the arm, but I don't know if Diallo's looking for it.
This is probably the best angle to see. He does go down a bit theatrically, actually.
This one's the best one, Michael. Look at Diallo. I don't know, it's a bit harsh.
Okay, I can say, if it conceded, I must admit, if it was conceded against us, I might be a little bit disappointed. But even so, after the penalties in recent games that we should have had, and after the decisions there are many decisions, by the way, that have gone against us in recent games, I'll take that. I think we're due a bit of luck.
Exactly, Michael. We'll take it. I mean, you've got to take them when they come, and referees has been awful. I mean, on the Wednesday game, let's quickly go to that one there. The set piece what led to the 2-1 victory for Sheffield United. The officials went in, say Tony Mowbray, and apologised, but look, that's not going to make us feel any better that they've gotten that decision.
No. Be careful. You can't criticise referees, apparently. Right, yeah, I mean, well, at the end of the day, how very nice of them to give us an apology. Can we get a point for that then? I don't know. It's got the point where I'm bored of talking about officials, but there was someone having a go at me in my own video. So instead, someone was saying you didn't criticise the referee at Norwich, and I thought, right, I'm going to prove you wrong, and I put the links to our 2 videos when we talk about Blackburn. Well, no, not so much that, but it's Blackburn and Wigan wins.
Yeah.
when we won both games, and we spent about at least a minute in each game, in each video, talking about the referee. So I basically, I think, and he hasn't replied since, funnily enough.
I always tell Michael to not argue with people.
No, I did. Funny enough, I argued a little bit, but I thought, right, no, you know what? I'm not going to go into insults. I'm just going to give you direct proof that what you're saying is
Michael,
wrong.
that's up to you, mate. I try my best not to argue on Twitter. It's hard doing it at times.
No, this is on YouTube.
You were saying that.
Yeah, but to be fair, yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? What time
I don't have
people.
any patience. Anyone who's been disrespectful.
I put a tweet out with the DN if he's saying I wasn't asking for Mowbray's head. I just says, look, if you could get a better manager in the summer. And
I stand by that.
Somebody says, "What's Sean? That's the most ridiculous poll." I went, "I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying."
I know exactly.
Do you know what
a lot of people just like to take.
I didn't even bother.
A lot of people want to take what you say out of context. But anyway, point is, well, we're Tony Mowbray. It's one of those where this season again he has been hamstrung by a lot of things because we've had Ross. I counted the games Ross Stewart's played this season. He's played 13 games out of 46 by the time the season finishes. So we've had 33. We'll have had 33 games in the championship without our main talisman.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams are going to be affected by that. But yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those where if an opportunity to get someone better came on in the summer, I would do it.
You would do it.
Yeah.
You've got to be ruthless. Look at Middlesbrough. I mean, somebody said about Middlesbrough he won. You know, what's he called? Michael Carrick is no experience. Come in and they're flying Middlesbrough. They're flying.
But yeah, and for me, next season the aim's got to be for the playoffs.
Of course, it's got to be.
You know,
but some fans, it's getting on my nerves. They'll be saying them like, "Oh, let's be patient. It's a project." But come on, man.
No, okay.
On, man.
Let me clarify what I mean here. Right, next season my aim is to compete for the playoffs. It doesn't necessarily mean finishing them. It doesn't necessarily mean get promoted.
Just get in that top six.
You've got to be. For me, we should be in that conversation because for me, I think you said to CJ in a previous interview or in a following interview, whenever this is edited. I don't know because his might be after mine, but. At the end of the day, you said we're not too far away this season.
We haven't been.
You know, if Ross Stewart had been fit all season, we would still be in a playoff.
We're not in a million miles a minute. I mean,
no, we're not.
We're mixing.
We've got a call there. We've got a good call there.
There's a good call of the team. I was seeing Bat and Ballard and your experience of Corey Evans, maybe and more experience.
By the way, very quick, it's good that Evans and Pritchard, I think, have signed new deals. Evans signed a new contract not long ago, and then Pritchard had a year extension in his contract, which has been triggered.
Oh, is it just extended a new contract?
No, that was a couple of weeks ago, but I think, unless, of course, we sell both of them, which I hope we don't, but it means they'll be here next year. But yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And now Pritchard signed a new deal.
I think it wasn't directly announced with Pritchard, but I think Crispin Speakman said it on the club podcast.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Evans was announced.
But yeah, I know Evans was.
But the point is, you're right. We aren't that far away. And if you look, right, let's look at it this way. And some people might think this is lacking ambition, but for me, personally, look at the other two clubs that came up with us, Wigan and Rotherham. They would kill to be where we are.
Exactly. That's
we're not in a bad
perspective.
position. I'll be disappointed if we finish bottom half now. I think we should be looking to try and finish. I mean, you look at the next game, Burnley. That's kind of not. There you go. Well, if it wasn't a penalty, then it's about because we've had a lot of decisions go against us in recent games.
Oh, it's about time I've got some luck.
I'll give you that. The referees are shocking in this league. They're absolutely terrible. No, it's fine. We made him say it. It's fine. It's our influence. But yeah, but you're right. Like we're not too far away. I think I'll be. After Burnley, which let's be honest is a free hit. If we get anything there, fine. But I just want us to just compete in that game. To be honest.
That's it.
However.
I'm just worried a little bit, Mike, with 8 games to go. It's got that look about
pre into mid-season. But put it this way, right? For me, I'm not going to judge that on the Burnley game. What I will judge it on is, I think after that we've got Hull at home on the Good Friday, which is a 5:30 kickoff. Yeah. Then you've got Cardiff away.
You can get out there, man. Jeez, you can get a lorry up there.
Goodness me. Yeah. Anyway, you got Hull at home, then Cardiff away, Birmingham and Huddersfield at home. Those are the games where you have to pick up points.
Yeah.
The only one I've got doubts about for that is probably Huddersfield and Cardiff because they're both scrapping for every point and fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
And we're probably the opponents they want to face. But yeah, at the end of the day, look, we're not in a bad position. That point took us above Preston at least.
It did. A point's better than none.
Oh,
you got to look at it.
And you've got to be fair. Luton again, like I said earlier, Luton have got one of the best away records in the league, and they beat Sheffield United a week ago. So I think they'd won something like the last 4 games or something. I don't know what it was. So I suppose when you look at it that way, to get anything off them is okay.
What does Stuart Harvey and Christian Speaking have to do in the summer, Michael? I mean, we're not far away. What's he got to do in the summer?
Well, first of all, get Ross Stewart tied down to a long contract.
That's a must.
Secondly, get at least. Now, if Stewart stays, get at least 2 strikers, one of which has to be a permanent for me.
Yeah.
I don't mind a loan signing, but we can't just rely on loans. We've got to try and go out and
tie Stewart down and get a permanent.
Well, one of Paul's mates who's just talked to us said that he heard somewhere apparently that we could be going in for Ellis Sims permanently in the summer. That could be nothing. Well, yeah, I was going to say there could be nothing in that.
Another loan deal. I'd take him 4 years loan. Like I would snap your hands off.
I would, but I'd rather we tried to get him because I like Ellison a lot. I think a lot of people said he wasn't a good footballer, which is their opinion, but in my opinion, I disagree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need. So anyway, to answer your question, get Ross Stewart tied down. Get at least one more permanent striker, 2 permanent strikers if Stewart goes, and maybe a loan deal, something like that. So we need at least 2 strikers, but if Stewart leaves, then 3. Maybe another experienced midfielder with like a bit of a core in there.
That's, I think we're lacking. That's why I think we're lacking big time.
Yeah, and
Colby Evans will come back, but I still think because he's
the problem is you can't rely on him to be fit
that's
every
what I'm
game,
saying.
can you?
So you need. I think that's got to be a priority.
Until the last couple of months, we've actually been quite lucky with his injury. To be fair,
I think at the back, I think Ballard and Batt are solid. I think that. I mean.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Try him right back. You're happy with?
Yeah.
And then left back, you've got Elise here and you've got Sirkin as well. So we're covered there.
The only thing I was thinking, maybe another attacking midfielder, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got to remember, we're going to get tested this summer because the whole point of this system is to build players up and then maybe sell 1 or 2 of them on to generate some income for the club. Now, for me,
I heard somebody say that across there that apparently someone said that we might have to sell to buy. That can't be right.
Now, for me.
Surely
I don't mind the idea of us trying to be sustainable, but I do think the way I look at it is if people are going to have a go at Christian Speakman, you should have a look above him and look at KLD for me. Because ultimately he's the one who owns the club. He's the majority shareholder.
Yeah,
so why does Speakman get all the criticism and KLD gets next to him
well,
none of it?
Well, I'll tell you
That's
something now. I'll tell you something now in the summer. I think you're going to see. I think there's going to be a lot of fans.
Yeah. But what I will say to counter that, if the recruitment team still don't solve this striker situation by the end of next window, they deserve all the criticism they get. Because that's 3 windows they've had since we've come up and they haven't sorted it.
I said that in previous. This summer is the biggest window that we've. It's going to be the biggest window we'll ever have. Especially
feels like we say that every window.
no, Christian Speakman, it'll be his biggest window yet. If he doesn't get the wrongs what he's done. Yeah, the striker situation, the experience, he's got to get them right.
Again, for me, you've got to, if you're going to if you can't tie down Stewart to a contract, which I'd be disappointed if we didn't, to be honest, because I think his injury at Fulham could be the best thing that happened to us in regards to his contract, because he's less likely, other clubs are less likely to give him a higher wage, and he's more likely, as long as it's not an insulting offer, to sign terms here. But if that doesn't happen, if we choose to sell him, then you need 2 permanent strikers, at least 2 permanent strikers with a loan, or preferably 3 permanent forwards. But we're not going to do that. So. The striker thing, the criticism is going to be very fair if we somehow don't sort that in the summer. Because next season, I think because of how well we've done this year, up till recently, obviously we've had a bit of a tail off, but I think up to this point, because of how well we've done this year, the expectations is going to be competing for the playoffs. And there's only so long that Sunderland should be looking to just stay in this league and stabilise in it. For now, for this season, for me, it's fine. For next season, we've got to be looking for more.
You went from 5 years and you've went down to 3 because...
Yes, because I've seen that this league is not as good as I thought it would be.
But it could be harder next year, couldn't it? It could be.
I mean, it could be, but at the same time, you look at the teams that are coming down, it depends who you want to come down in terms of...
It's wide open at the bottom.
Well, it is, because teams coming down lose players.
Yeah.
I mean, also look at who's coming. I mean, Sheffield probably likely to come up next year, so it depends what they want to do.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Big club, very big club.
Yeah, definitely. I know Casey doesn't like that, but tough luck.
They're a big club.
But yeah, I mean, it just depends who comes up, really. But yeah, I mean, next season we've got to be looking to push for the top 6 because because at the end of the day, with all due respect, we're Sunderland.
Exactly. And who's got to remember that?
People can get all but offended by that if you want, but I don't give 2 hoots, to be honest. We're Sunderland. We should be looking.
No, he's right. He's right.
I love that.
He's right.
Yeah, Dave always has a knack of trying to make me laugh behind the camera. But yeah, like next season we should be looking to be in to compete for the top 6.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not even if you compete for the top 6 and just missed out on the final day next season and finish 7th, they say right, that's progress then.
Of course it is. And then the next thing you're going to have
the next 2-3 years we should be going up to the Premier League if we recruit properly.
Absolutely, Michael. Always a pleasure. Thanks for taking your time.
By the way, can we get a fund to get Sean to Preston last game of the season? I'm trying to persuade him.
What?
Do you have this way? Dave.
I'm drunk.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not drunk. I'm drunk and sober.
Dave the Rave. Is that a couple of pints? He's a little bit tipsy on your
Had a drink of water, drunk on water, holy water, singing that. And Johnny Mowbray is having his, the referee's a second mark again. He's always a second mark. I don't know why. I was saying, Johnny Mowbray is having his wave. Tony Moore having his wave. I was we switched off in the singing that, and we should have had a penalty, and we did get a penalty, but we should have no one and all.
It's a point gain though, Dave, because I couldn't coming out. I couldn't say that. I thought it was one of them games where we weren't going to score. But was it a penalty? Do you think it was a penalty?
Penalty. We switched
Looked
off.
like he grabbed Diallo's arm, didn't he?
We switched off in the first half. We should have been about 2 or 3. I think goals were the chances where we had and all that thing.
Yeah. Or was it decisive? We weren't. It was the final ball, wasn't it? We didn't have a shot on target.
No. Well, the chances on everything, free kick and all that. And Bennett scored it. Benefit scored and all. He scored the goal and that. And Jack Clark, he had loads of chances.
Who took the penalty, Dave?
Bennett.
Diallo.
Bennett, aye.
No, he's in penalty. Who scored the penalty for Sunderland? Diallo. It was Diallo. I thought it was Diallo.
Bennett. David Bennett.
No, it wasn't. It was Diallo. I was watching on the screen.
Raven Bennett.
I thought I went back in time a bit there.
Aye, Raven Bennett on everything. He's playing his glow sticks tonight with Tony Mowbray having a pint tonight. Where's our Tony Mowbray having a pint tonight? Tony Mowbray empties Java cakes.
Dave, the penalty was Diallo. Diallo put in the top corner. I thought for a second I was losing. I was going back in time, but it was definitely Diallo with the penalty. And you remember watching it?
Watching it.
Sure.
Watching it. It was good penalty.
Do you think Benetti, he come on? Do you think he done well, Benetti, when he come on?
He done well. He should have been about 2 or 3. What were the chances we had?
8 games to go. With 8 points off the playoffs. We're 16 points above the relegation. We're not going to get relegated, do you think? Are you happy with the mid-table finish?
I'll be happy, quite happy about top 10 and that sort of thing.
You'll be happy with top 10?
Well, I hope again the playoffs but it's slipping away. It's slipping away now.
Yeah.
We'll have to win all of them again.
Well, we've got 8 games left. We're going to have to win probably at least 5 or 6 of them.
Depends on the
It's not going to happen. I think the playoffs is gone now. It's just my opinion.
I'll be happy in the no side in the champion because we're not ready for the Premiership.
We're not ready.
No, not
wise
yet.
words, Dave. A lot of people said that.
Get some better players. A
lot of people have said that, Dave.
Get some better thing now. So
what was your best moment in the game, Dave, this afternoon?
The best one is Jack Clark and that.
Jack Clark. You think he played well?
Played well.
Nothing give it away quite a lot. What do you think of Patterson, Dave?
Because good.
I thought he made a mistake for the goal.
He left the one sloppy goal in.
Went through his legs apparently, is that right?
Aye.
But you still love him, don't you? You still love him.
He's having a pipe with us. He's got like that. That's good.
But anyway, Dave, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
I'll see you in the next home game.
Next home game, pal. All right, take care, buddy. Take care, Dave. Dave is back on SFC Fans React. Sunderland 1, Luton 1. For me, it's a point gained. That's all I'm going to say. What do you make of the game, Dave?
Yeah, I thought we did okay again. It's the usual. It's like, Groundhog Day. You come back and you say the same things game after game. We're young, we're small, we're getting knocked off the ball a bit, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened, but it was when Mowbray started saying, let's not bother with the defence, let's just put a re-attacker on and see what happens. That it actually happened.
Changed the system. Changed I think 3-4-3, I think, wasn't it?
I wouldn't go so far as to say it was a system. Just like I tell everybody on and see what happens.
4 subs on 70 as well.
Yeah, but never mind. If you say this morning you'll get a point, that's good. Just saying to Michael there, the Rotherham gate got abandoned after 47 minutes.
What was that?
Unplayable pitch. So there must have been a downpour and they were getting beat off Cardiff on out.
Aye. Didn't know that.
Wigan have drawn. Coventry got hammered 4-1 at home.
Well, at the minute, as it stands, Dave, looking at the tables.
Oh, we're all right, aren't we?
We're 8 points on the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to finish it. That's just my opinion. No. I mean, other people said.
I don't think we're going to finish either that way or that way, to be honest.
We're going to stop where we are.
But Huddersfield have gone and won at Millwall.
16 points from the bottom 3. We're safe there. I think it's. But do you think this the performance? Or do you think it was a little bit of a? It reminds me a little bit of a pre-season game, like a. Well, there's not really much to play for. Do you think the players believe they can get the top 6 or not?
They probably do. My worry sometimes, I think I've said this to you before as well, my worry sometimes is we think it's not lack of confidence, it's overconfidence. We think, we'll just do this, and by the time they turn around, somebody's took it off them. And it happens with Dan Neal and half a lot.
You try to flick it in the middle.
No need to flick it, get it down
just get
and
and then control it first, and you try to flick it, and I was thinking that's not on.
Yeah,
and then you could have scored in the counter, couldn't
they? They could have done, but that happens a lot.
See, that happens with experience, that comes with experience, and I think that's what Danny's lacking something next to him. He's got Michaud. I like Michaud minding the game.
Yeah, I do as well.
We're missing Corey Evans, we're missing Ross Stewart. A lot of injuries has cost us, hasn't it?
Definitely. But we are missing Corey Evans and as you say, obviously Ross Stewart. But I like Michaud.
There's still Aiken. Would you pay the 2.5 million for him?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
what's 2.5 million?
Exactly. And there's 2.5.
Because I think
some potential there.
He's one of these players. He could come back to bite you because you could end up he's being playing for some other big club because he's a good player.
I think I'm not writing the season off, Dave. I think. Look, I'm happy. I'm content. Your feelings on Mowbray? Do you think in the summer still you're with Mowbray and back him? Make sure he is backed by Speakman, KLD, and sort of etc.
That to me is the big thing, because whether it's Mowbray or anybody else, they have to be back to get in some players of quality and experience, so that they can help the young lads.
So this is why Alex Neil, I think, left. Maybe it's for money as well.
I think it was.
Money, I think, had a big factor. But he knew that Christian Speakman was the main, and Stuart Harvey. They were the guys who bring the players in.
Yeah.
He's a coach. He wasn't the manager.
No, that's right.
Mowbray's the coach, so he can recommend players, but he'll not have the final say.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And I think we're back in the situation we were just saying before, that if Clough and Shankly and them were in there, they wouldn't be managing, because they wouldn't have any of that. They want to be picking the players, and quite right in the way, but
Speakman's done well, though.
He has.
Bringing certain players in. He left us a little bit shy, I think, up front.
Definitely.
And experience in the middle. But I trust him in the summer to get all this right, because I think this window coming up in the summer is the biggest window in his all time at Sunderland.
Yeah, it's vital. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's a big window.
Yeah.
And it's got to be balanced. If you want to bring a couple of young ones in, fair enough, but you've got to bring some experience.
Got to bring experience.
I noticed they've already been linked with Bradley Dack again.
Somebody else has just said that. I
wouldn't be against that. To be honest, because I think Mowbray maybe is the one to get the most out of him.
Yeah. But back to the game today, there wasn't much to really talk about first half. It was very. There was a couple of people on social media said they fell asleep watching. It was that bad. But the second half livened up a bit. I think them scored, and you think, oh, we're going to game.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, we've done well. Mowbray bought 4 subs on, didn't he? He bought on the 70th minute, which is a little bit risky, but his decision paid off, and we got the penalty. Was it a penalty first of all?
Well, from where I am, and I'm halfway line this stand, 35 rows up, I'm thinking he looked like he clipped him or he caught him in one way or another. But what got me was, if I can see that there was a little bit of a nick from the row 35, and he can't see from 8 foot away, and the linesman gave it. So you have to wonder. But we're going to go back to talking about officials again. And
I'm trying to. No, sorry, I wasn't here Wednesday. I couldn't get me editor was unavailable, so I couldn't do the interviews. But again, the referees, the decision midweek, it was 2 players offside.
Well, it's got to be wrong if they've actually apologised. Because they never do that, and they apologise for it. But what good does that do?
We've lost the points.
We've lost it, and possibly for other people, Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough have got 2 points away.
It's going to get away with them in Sheffield United, isn't it?
Who knows?
Star performer today, dear. Star performer.
I like O'Neill and Michelle.
He was good. He was really good.
Yeah.
So do you think there's any chance we can finish in the top 6?
There's always a chance, but I don't think we will.
Yeah. You think mid-table? We'll go next season, and we've got to try and.
From the start, from every time we've spoken, Sean, I've said 10th to 14th for this season would be doing, and I think
accept it. Right, thanks for your time, Dave. All those wise words. Thank you, mate.
There are.
SFC fans react, Lennon. It's a point gain for me rather than points better than nothing. It wasn't a great performance, though, was it? Let's be honest.
Wait, I think we should make substitutions too late.
Too late? He made 4 in the 70th minute, didn't he? He made 4 subs on the 70th.
If he made 10 minutes before, would have won.
Do you think? So he needs to be more proactive with these substitutions, Mowbray. Playoffs. They're saying playoffs still on.
Of course it is.
But I think the last time I checked, we were 8 points from the playoffs with 8 games to go. It's not going to happen, but he's just ever optimistic. He's lives in my dad lives in another world, I think, somewhere.
It could happen, but I don't think it will.
Nah. Any positives out the game?
Ahmad's penalty.
It was a good penalty. I just managed to see it as I was coming out. Was it a penalty? Be honest. 100%. It was a penalty. I thought it was. Dave said he doesn't think it was, but the way the referees has been treating us lately, we'll take him, won't we?
Aye.
Yeah. What's your feelings of the rest of the season now? 8 games to go. Where do you think we'll realistically finish now? I think we're 12th at the moment.
We'll finish like 10th.
You think 10th? You think that's where we'll finish? And you'll be happy with that? Go again next year. Yeah. Tony Mowbray, get back him in the summer. 100%. 100%. Happy with them?
Aye.
You happy with with KLD and KLD and all them?
As long as it keeps the substitutions.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I have a good problem with it.
Yeah. So you think that the board need to back them, though, need to get straight in a lot of experience in the summer?
100%.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, Paul. Take care, buddy. Josh is on SFC Fans React. Josh, 8 games to go. We're 16 points above the relegation, and we're 8 points below the top 6. And we're in that sort of mediocre, middle table team sort of form sort of thing?
I mean, it's hard to put it in words, really. I think we showed what we were like the first half and second half. I didn't have anything bad to say about the performance whatsoever. I think when he made them subs, it changed the game a lot, but they shouldn't have even went 1-0 up.
Aye.
I thought we should have won that, yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't much in the game, was there? I mean, I was reading some of the comments at half time, and I was saying that a couple of people fell asleep watching the first half. It was that bad.
Yeah, I think the first half was quite scrappy between the both of us, and then that's when it started picking up the second half, and we started to get some goal threat, goal mouth action, should I say. I know a lot of their players were playing quite dirty.
You think they were physical?
The second half, the last 15 minutes, they were trying to slog it out a bit, but
flings about a bit, sort of rough it up a bit when they're trying to rough out players up a bit.
Geldard should have made it 1-1, to be honest.
Well, he had that chance to come across, he just wouldn't drop with it.
No.
And the defenders were trying to get in, and he
just I mean, I'm not a very critic person, but I'll say about Geldard, he's had way too many chances, and he hasn't put them away.
So do you think he's maybe drop him and bring somebody else, give somebody else a chance?
I don't think we should drop him because he does provide something on a plate for other people. Yeah. It's just whether he gets that chance to finish.
Yeah. What's your feelings of the end of the season? Finish 8 games to go. Do you think the playoffs are realistically? Yeah, I think they're gone. But are you still clinging on to that hope, or do you think just mid-table finish and you'll be happy with that?
It depends on results around us, but I definitely think if we start picking up points, we'll definitely get in the top 6.
You think?
Some of the
you think we'll still get the top 6?
Like this season, we played 3 top 3 teams.
Sheffield United, Luton.
And we pinched like 4 or 5 points off them.
Yeah.
So like you can't really complain.
Yeah.
Going into next season, if we are in the championship, keep it the way we are. Football.
Yeah.
Not physical, football.
What have we lacked this season, do you think? Because I think at times we've been very close to, we've mixed it with the teams that most of the season, but then we've just sort of drifted off. Injuries maybe just cost
Ross
us.
Stewart, that's what's cost us.
Corey Evans.
Yep.
But do you think maybe bringing more experience in the summer, that's got to be the key?
I heard that they should be looking at Bradley Dack again. I've been hearing that recently.
That rumour's building up again, isn't it?
It's been around for the last 8 to 12 months.
Are you happy with Tony Mowbray?
100%.
You want him? You think he's the man to get us back to the Premier League next season?
Not necessarily this season. Even if we do get up, yeah.
He's the man. You think he's the man?
He brings experience to the table, and that's all you
need. Your opinion. That's your opinion.
What about you?
Well, people are sick of my opinions, but I just said, and the way I think, and then he'll get sacked eventually.
Eventually, yeah. But then, who do we bring in?
Well, that's the thing. You've got to take a chance. Middlesbrough took a chance. Michael Carrick, no experience. He's working wonders. A lot of people prefer Mowbray. I love him. He's a nice bloke.
Yeah.
What's in? He's a lovely bloke.
Jaffa Cake Army,
a bit of a dinosaur, a little bit,
Well, I think in the Championship you do that, have that hunch halfway through the season where you sort of lack in confidence because of how big the league is and because of the teams you're playing.
Yeah.
You're losing points here and there, but you pick them back up in other places. You know what I mean?
Who was the star performer today for you, for Sunderland?
I've got to say, every time I've seen Clarkey run on the channel, but he's giving the ball away too. He's going down soft, poor. But my man of the match today, I've got to give it to Abdullah
Bar. And where do you think we're going to finish? Quickly, just so I need to get some more people.
I reckon it's not likely playoffs, so I'm going to say 7th, 8th.
7th, and
I'd be happy
with that.
I didn't expect us coming into this season to finish that high.
You think we've overachieved?
Not overachieved, but I'm over surprised of how we played. And
KLD needs to back Mowbray, and if you think Mowbray's the man, he needs to back him because a lot of people saying he's left him a little bit short, striker-wise, experience.
Well, I'm going to say this quickly. We were on the train to a London game and we bumped into Speakman.
Yeah, Chris Speakman,
and he tried always on deadline day to bring a striker in from the Premier League.
There was 4 players
from the Premier League, and they wouldn't drop down for more money to play championship level. Yeah,
I've heard that, and that's a very. Right, thanks for your time, Josh.
No problem.
Take care, buddy. All right.
Cheers.
All right, take care. CJ is on SSA Fans React. CJ, are you happy with the 1-1 draw? The point.
The way how it was played today, because we did look a bit poor in some bits today. But as soon as the penalty was scored, we just seemed to chase it for like the last couple of minutes. But unfortunately, I just do think there was a bit of time wasting from Luton as well, especially in the second half.
Mm-hmm. So are you happy?
I'm just satisfied that we got a draw.
Yeah. we sort of stopped the rot a little bit. I mean, we won the game at Norwich. It's been a up and down, isn't it? And I think Luton, you've got to give them. They're a good side. They were fourth in the division. They're up there for a reason.
They were
physical, solid team.
They were quite aggressive today.
They were trying to rough us up a little bit. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there wasn't much to see in the first half. What do you make of the first half, CJ?
Poor from both sides were poor in the first half.
Why do you think we were poor? What do you think we lacked?
We just lacked the strength and depth ever since Stewart got injured and Corey Evans got injured.
You think, yeah, but we lack. I mean, who do you think's the fault there? Do you think Speakman and Harvey are fault for not bringing in more?
They should have acknowledged the fact that when Stewart got injured, they should have acknowledged that were in dire need of a striker. We should have signed one well before Stewart got injured.
Yeah, and that was a situation where when Stewart got injured, you brought Gelder in, but you need to bring another one in at least, didn't you? I mean, I felt a little bit sorry for Gelder, if I'm being honest. I think he just seems so isolated at times, and he looks frustrated. He looks like his confidence is down as well. But I don't think we're not playing to his strengths, and he's not fitting into our system as well.
He just doesn't seem to. And I just hope that the fans don't start getting on his back as well, because the more the fans get on his back, and if he eventually does get another goal, when the fans are getting on his back, he'll have a point to prove.
Well, the Leeds United fans are raving about him. They think he's the bee's knees. They really rate him. They rate him highly. They think he's an excellent striker. Leeds United.
I just wish that the Leeds fans would just stop giving us shit over it. Like,
end of the day, look back at the game. CJ, Luton took the lead. I've got to comfort Patterson. Was he at fault for the goal?
From looked like he fumbled that.
Looked like he fumbled it. I'm gonna have to see it back. Somebody said it went through his legs. I'm not sure if it did or not. The goalkeeper.
It was either he fumbled it or it went through his legs. It could be one of the two things.
It's a mistake by the goalkeeper in my eyes. If that's the case, it looked like a total deflection, but I think he still should have saved it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, with the penalty, how many times are referees so unbloody reliable that the linesman has to end up giving it instead of him?
And I mean, about the penalty decision when he didn't give that first, then the linesman gave it, and he had to give it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's closer. You'd think he'd see it.
Yeah.
But seeing it back, was it a penalty, CJ?
Yes.
It was a penalty. Looked like he pulled his arm. Is that what you?
It looked like it was like shirt pulling.
Yeah, and obviously Diallo with the penalty he put it away nicely.
It's like as soon as a penalty taken, it's like it just. It's just.
Huh?
Referee's bench. It's just like
referee's bench.
My point exactly. It's like that's the thing about referees. It was just so unreliable that it's like the same against Middlesbrough. We had a penalty awarded because Stewart got pulled out in the box against Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
The referee wasn't going to give it at first until the linesman intervened.
Yeah. But we've getting a point, CG. I mean, it didn't look like we were going to get one. Let's be honest with you. Just take the point and move on to the next game. There's 8 games to go. Where do you think we're going to finish? We're 8 points in the playoffs, I think, and we're 16 or 17 from the.
I'm going to say, if anywhere from 8th to 12th now.
And you be happy with that? You happy with that?
Yes. It's like the playoffs are just a write-off now.
Yeah. You think it's gone now?
It's gone. It's out of our hands.
Do you still think optimistic even we can still finish in the top 6? I don't know.
I'm not really not optimistic. I think I'm just being a bit of a realist here.
I don't think we'll finish in the top 6 now. I think it's gone. But let's be optimistic and hope we can finish the season strong.
We would. It's like when we play against Norwich. When we played against Norwich, you expected us to lose last week against Norwich, but Sunderland's been Sunderland.
And then pulled up an unbelievable performance and got a 1-0 victory. It wasn't unbelievable. It was a great team performance. It was a battling performance.
And I'm thinking about the same against Burnley. You would expect us to lose against Burnley, but I'm just thinking Sunderland's just going to do a Sunderland again.
Look, end of the day though, it's not the end of the world. I've got to tell the Sunderland fans here, it's not the end of the world if we don't finish in the top 6. I'm ungrateful and I want us to get promoted, but on a whole, I think we've done well.
I think it was just Mowbray's ambition this season that we were not going to get in the playoffs. And to be honest, I think quite frankly he's quite right as well. That was never his ambition this season.
Do you think? Mowbray, just quickly on the Mowbray, are you happy with? Do you think back him in the summer, get everything right, and you're confident he can get us
and then
in
get
the
his
top
full
6?
and plus get his full squad back as well?
Yeah, and you think he's the man to take us forward?
Yes, I'd give him that chance next season.
Best moment in the game, CJ. Best moment.
Full time.
Yeah. Some of the season up, CJ.
Ups and downs.
There you go. Thanks for your time, CJ.
Thank you very
Pleasure.
much.
Take care.